Hi, so I'm back with another tag for you guys. Yes, another tag. And this is the Boasting About Blush tag that's created by my friend Love Heather. And I like to share my favorite blushes with you, so keep on watching. Alright, so this tag was actually created by Love Heather. I will link her channel below for you guys to check out. Her name is Heather. She has an amazing channel. She is a blush junkie. Well, she loves blush. That's her favorite makeup item. So she decided to create a blush tag after doing the lips tag. So I always thought of her as, being the one who is really excited about blushes until I actually had the opportunity of doing this tag, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I seem to be obsessed. So I have the questions here. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at the question. So the first question is, how many blushes do you own? Embarrassingly, I have 76 blushes. Like ridiculous. Some are in packaging still. Some are in pans. My La Femme blushes, so I have them in, like, I have a whole pan, and then I have some more, and then I have the Miss Chick, which I have the full collection, and so I have a couple others from different brands. So I do have a lot of blushes, but I just don't use all of them. Like my La Femme, I have not used them in a very, very long time. What are your favorite blush brush? I actually have two, and I use these on a consistent basis, and I have an honorable mention I don't have here. First one would be this Coastal Scents BRCN25, and it's a fluffy blush brush. I use this a lot of times just for a wash of color. If the blush is super pigmented, I use this brush. If also if I want to blend out any blush, if I put too much, I use this blush. For regular basis, I use this one from e.l.f. and it's the angled blush brush, and I really like this for everyday use. I usually put this on. I also use a stipple brush sometimes, and I use the e.l.f. Small stipple brush for a lot of cream products. And I also have an eBay brush that it's drying now, but I use that for like my cream blushes if I don't use my fingers to apply. So we have the next question, number 3, cream versus powder. Cream versus powder, that's a no-brainer. Powder, I generally use powder. I use the cream blushes a lot of times for blushes that are not so pigmented, and also if I want my blush to stay on really long all day, I use cream blushes, but on a regular basis I just use powder blushes. So that's my preference, powder blushes. Peach or pink, and your favorite in each category. I am actually gonna add a little something to this because okay, let me go. Peach or pink? I prefer pink, but blue tone pinks. However, I love a lavender kind of lilac color blushes, so I actually would prefer the pink blushes with the blue tone, which is more leaning towards like a lavender lilac. But I personally love the lavender lilac blushes. I think it's flatters my skin tone. It looks really, to me, it looks the best on my skin out of all the blushes. And then I also love to wear purple lips, so I find it just really looks all together. But peach blushes, I kind of run from them because I think they don't look good on me, even though a lot of people say they do. So I actually have two. One is more pigmented than the other. I have this Jordana in Coral Sandy Beach, which is just like a really soft peachy color. And then I have, and I'll swatch it in my hand. So that's it there. It's buildable. And then I have this other one from Precious Minerals, which I recently got, and this one is in 02. So you can see this is more of a pinky peach, which again is my preference. I could, oops, swatch that here. This one is more, yeah, you can see the pinky color with it. So that's it for peach. Then we have for pink. I absolutely love this from the Bombshell Beach Please. I love this, like a hot pink. I actually have a cream NYX blush that is like this, but I prefer this. So that's it there. super pigmented. You definitely have to use a light hand when using this blush. I'm wearing it, and you can see it's very light. And my favorite, which will actually be these like lavender colors, I have here, this is Lilac Champagne from La Femme. Gorgeous color. I absolutely love this. So you see, it's could look like it's pink, but it's really like lavender, not lavender, lilac. And then this is an Inglot eyeshadow, and it's a matte eyeshadow, but I use it as a blush. This is what it looks like. So this one is more purple. So I usually use this blended out, but this is amazing eye color, but I also use it as a blush. Next we have, you have drugstore or high end, and your favorite in each brand. Drugstore, high end. I will actually go with drugstore, even though I like a lot of high end blushes. I think that for me, I don't want to say all the blushes within a certain brand are amazing. I think there's some blushes within a brand, and you have to be very selective, and you have to play around with it, play around with the brushes to actually get it. Whereas I know people say, well, high end, you don't have to, but I don't know. I have not really been drawn to much high end blushes, as I am drawn more to the drugstore blushes. And my favorite for drugstore would have to be hands down my Wet n Wild, and this one in particular, which is called Heather Silk. I think it's an amazing blush. It's super pigmented. You have to be very careful with it. Overall, I think all the Wet n Wild blushes are really amazing. I really like all of them. And for high end, I will have to say my Tarte. And I like this one. You hear me talking a lot about this one in particular, but this one is Thankful. I don't know. I am like so obsessed with Thankful. And I think overall Tarte, if I have to invest in a lot more blushes, will definitely be Tarte, because I love the wear of it. It lasts all day. So that is Thankful up there. I use it for my holidays. So Christmas, I killed this because it lasted all day on me. Then we have most overrated blush. Most overrated blush. When Heather did this tag and she said most overrated, I immediately thought of this, and I think she had this as her most overrated, and it is the Coralista blush. I saw everyone raving about this, and I went and I got it, and everyone raved about La's orgasm blush, and I was thinking, should I get this one or the orgasm? And I went for this one, and I think this is super overrated. That's it there. I don't mean to flip you guys, but can you see how this looks? It's like pale. This works as a highlighter for me. Everyone says it gives you a nice flush on cheeks, blah blah blah. It does not do that. It's way too light, and I don't like it. And Heather's going to kill me for this one, but I have to add this one. I have a small size of the Hot Mama from the Balm, and it does pretty much like the same thing, a little of, just more of a highlighter, and it's not a blush. I really wanted to get this blush, and I got this in an Ipsy bag, I think it was, and I was so excited, and I tried it on, and look, it's here. Can you see? It's very similar to Coralista, and it does not show up. I use these as highlighters. So I think those two, especially, not for the whole brand itself, but those two blushes are definitely overrated. And NARS Orgasm, it's swatched very similar to those. So most underrated, oh my gosh, really and truly I could give you a long list, but let's go with the Jordana blushes. Definitely think that they're underrated and people don't rave about them. I have Hot Raspberry here. I love these. Hot Raspberry is like super pigmented. That's like one swipe, and that's one swipe. That's it here. Super pigmented, and I find that I pick most of mine up at Cherry Culture and couple beauty supply stores. You do get them. This one is Pink Beauty, another baby pink kind of color. Gorgeous, super pigmented. That's it at the bottom here. super pigmented, like I said. Love these. And then you saw Coral Sandy Beach already. I have like about 6 of these, and they're inexpensive, and I just checked Cherry Culture and they're selling them for $1.50 US dollars. Amazing. You can't go wrong. I actually think picked up 2 of them at a beauty supply store for like 150 also. The other blushes I think that are underrated are these Miss Chick blushes. I have a video with all these swatches of all of them. They are like super pigmented also, and some of them are a bit chalky, others are not that chalky. What I just watched was Sunset, and this one is called Mauve. Mauve is like one of my favorite, but I have to use a really light hand with it. And this is amazing for all skin types. So that's Mauve there. Mauve, you can use it very light. What blush do I think is worth the hype? I would definitely say that the Tarte blushes are worth the hype. I thought they weren't, but they are absolutely worth. Wet n Wild blushes also are worth the hype. They are super pigmented, especially Heather Silk. Type with the hype would be the Bare Minerals blushes. I like to get them in kits. My sister somehow loves to give me these, and I just collect them from her. This one is a matte color, and it's called, I think this one is called Glee. Yes, Glee. These things last forever. This is a gorgeous muted kind of color, very similar I think to Tarte Expose, but I love it. They last all day. This one is called Hush Hush, sorry, which is a peachy kind of color. Gorgeous. Top 5 blushes. We have here Lilac Champagne. It was one of my old favorites. I have to keep talking about it. I absolutely love this blush. Then my e.l.f. Blush and Rose. This is where I'm at. Berry Mary is a little lighter than this, but I love Blush and Rose, and of course look where it's at. I already have a backup in my 76 blushes, yes. Milani blushes overall are really great, but I love this one in Fantastico Mauve. Again, my purple lavender kind of colors. I don't know, I just love this one in particular, and the staying power of these Milani blushes are really long. Next would actually be this Nabi blush, and this I got it from a local's Facebook store in Trinidad, but you can get this in a lot of beauty supply store. This one is Flamingo, and it looks like it's gorgeous. It's super pigmented. That's it there, and it stays on all day for me. And I know you can get a lot of Nabi blushes in a lot of beauty supply stores, because some of my girlfriends did get it, and I have recently been in love with these precious mineral blushes from Starry. Again, beauty supply store blushes. Definitely check for your beauty supply store. This is amazing, like super pigmented. That's a swatch of it there. Super pigmented. You can't go wrong with these Starry blushes. That's my 5, but I absolutely love my Jordana blushes. I must say that. And then I have some honorable mentions that I want to add before I go to the last question, which is what's on your wish list. I have to talk about these e.l.f. HD blushes. They're like cream blushes. They are super amazing. Right, that's like a tiny dot, and you will see that when I look how pigmented this thing is. You have to like really play around and blend this blush out. So that's how pigmented it is. My problem with this is that I have to like be very super light, and because of that I tend to not grab it so often. But if I want a really pigmented blush and to use this as I don't even need to use this as a base, but what I do is that I use this with my Coralista Hot Mama. This one is Superstar, and it actually gives me a nice corally blush combo. But these are super pigmented. What's on my wish list? My wish list would be pretty much all of the other balm blushes. The balm blushes. I already have Hot Mama, but I think all the others look like they are going to be amazing, and especially the insane blushes. I want all of the insane blushes. I know Heather always speaks about them, but I have to get all the insane blushes. Everyone that I've checked always raves about their wear. I want to get more of the Tarte blushes, especially Doll Face. I've been dying to get Doll Face for a while now, so I do think it's going to be one of the Tarte blushes that I purchase because I love the hot pink color. But almost any other Tarte blushes, I would definitely invest. I wouldn't think twice about purchasing. I love them. I have like a kit with two, and then I have some from like holidays. They are absolutely amazing. More Bare Minerals blushes because I actually really like them on their wear, and I really want to try one or two of the Illamasqua blushes. I have seen a lot of people rave about their texture and their wear and all of that, so I want it. But I have so many blushes that really and truly I am not going to be buying any blushes unless it's like a review or something like that for you guys. But I'm going to hold back on the blushes. If Heather did not do this tag, I would not have counted my blushes and realized how ridiculous I am with blushes in my collection. That is the Boasting About Blush tag. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I rambled a lot because, well, it's Ruana, and Ruana always rambles when it's about makeup, right? But I hope you enjoyed this, and I tag everyone who's watching. If you have not done this video as yet and you do videos, definitely do this for me, for Heather, and support Heather. Would love to hear what your blushes, favorite blushes are. And if you do a blog, definitely you could do it as a blog post, but just let me know so I can link it in the description bar. So don't forget to check out Heather's video. I'll link it in the description. So until next time, bye.